It's just an update on the dash. So the windshield wiper motor's there. I'm gonna put I think I'm gonna put the ashtray lid back in and just put like a hinge right here and maybe like pull down, have some switches or whatever, but have it where I can get in here, because this is where the climate control is bolted in at on the side here. So I'm not gonna weld it up, but I'll probably do some kind of latch or something here. I'll figure it out. But I need to put a little filler under here to the climate control. I cut this entire bezel out except for the two spots at the top that screws in them, just to kind of, you know, I didn't want to just put that down here somewhere because there's all this crap hanging around that I gotta move. So, but I did get the dash. I got it kind of body worked in the corner where it's kind of, I welded it in and then kind of took the grinder and then kind of did a groove and kind of like body worked it with that, and then put a little bit of Bondo on it. Same thing with this side. You can see this one a little bit better. How it's got kind of, I need to sand it down some, but it's got kind of like a little smooth groove that goes down. Once I sand that out and then sand all this crap out, I filled in a little light hole here. I'm horrible at body work, so it's, you know, not gonna be perfect, but I put the key, the ignition switch back in because I didn't want to have to try to figure out how to fill this in. You know, maybe I will later, but right now I'm just trying to get this thing going. So what I might actually do, because I don't leave the battery hooked up in this truck, so I don't know if it has a parasitic drain or not, because I did cut a lot of the wiring out. I've, you know, never really had anybody say anything about it, but just for shits and giggles, I think I might put like a power shut-off switch right here, one of those where you can turn it and pull it out. That way, if I ever take it somewhere, and like if I, you know, want to take this and park it at the airport instead of all blue over there, I can take this and, you know, pull that out so that it doesn't drain the battery. I don't think anybody's going to steal it, because I mean, you have to, it's still got the immobilizer in the key, because it's still got the Vic column. But that way, if I park it a long time or whatever, if it sits for a week or two, like bad weather or something like that, I'm just not driving it, I can turn that, pull it out, and I don't have to worry about it draining the battery. But I'll probably go through and see if there is a drain first. But that's just an excuse to fill this hole in with something cool, like a little switch. And then this is probably going to be, I've got a air horn. It's just a cheap one. It's not like the, you know, $400 or $500 ones with like 4 or 5 horns. It's loud as hell, but if I put a button there for the horn, I was gonna put the light switch there, but mounting that light switch inside here is gonna be a pain. And I think what I'm gonna do, since I've got that vintage air under dash vent kit, I'll put the vent here and just make a panel that goes with it across to here, and then probably put the light switch and the pedal controls and the traction control button in that little panel, and then just fill it in and just use that for a button. I kept the wiper switch and the emergency switch in here just to, you know, so I wouldn't have to fill the holes in. I put this in there. I was gonna try to, I don't know what that was, it just fell. I was just gonna try to use something like, you know, do something here with a 12-volt outlet or whatever, but I don't have the wiring for it in the back, and it's like welded in or something, so I'm not gonna do more destruction to the dashboard. I'm just gonna put something like this in there and just leave it. You know, it doesn't have to work. I ended up having to cut the dash straight down and splitting it apart, because I went through and cut way more of this cross member out. So I've got the cross member in the rear now, but not in the front, so the dash would go all the way back, and I had to cut a piece out over here, notch a piece out down here, so that the dash, you see where it's touching right here, so it would go all the way back, because it was out to here. So now, you know, when you look at it, like on this side to that side, it doesn't, the dash is not, it's not sitting twisted. It's actually flat like it's supposed to be, so it's in here like it's supposed to be. Now the top is not, because the windshield wiper motor is right there, and I had to build that little guard for it so that it wouldn't, so that it'd have enough room so that the arm wouldn't smack the dashboard. So I had to do that. So it's kind of got a little bit of a, which I don't like. And I was gonna cut some steel and then make a plate that goes across and like fill all this in on both sides. But I think what I'm gonna do is just, I've got an old dash pad that I'll show you guys. I think what I'm gonna do is just recover that dash pad and then put a piece of foam between it and, because there's a little bit of a gap here when you put the dash pad in, put a piece of foam in here to fill that gap in. And that way, you know, you won't see it unless you pull the dash pad out. It's over there. It's kind of trash, but I got it for free. It's kind of gross. It had one of those plastic covers on it because it's pretty trash. That's probably what I'll put back on it at some point. And then my really bad Bodywork in the door sill. I mean, it's metal to metal, and I just put Bondo down here just to round the edge. It's not perfect. You can still see some wrinkles and stuff because, you know, I'm not great with Bodywork. I don't have a lot of patience with Bodywork either, so I just kind of got it to where I could deal with it. And then what I'm probably gonna do is, like, probably from kind of how the dash has got black underneath it, so probably from here down, like all the way down across, and where this little back ridge is right here down, I'm gonna do it all in like bed liner or something probably, so that'll hide a lot of these little wrinkles and stuff. It should. I'll probably stop there and then paint this this dark green color I've got right here. This thing's gonna be a gazillion different colors. I don't really care. I kind of like it having spray paint on it. I mean, because it makes it, I don't really care about it. So another thing, I bought a little Dennis Carpenter thing to fill this gas door in. I don't know if any of you guys have dealt with that before, but this crap right here is tripping me out because this thing does not fit in that hole. It's way smaller. So I guess, and it's got a little bend in it, so it's cool, but it doesn't even remotely fit. So I guess what they want you to do is just cut a piece of metal out, weld it in the back, lay this on the top, weld it to that piece of metal, and then bodywork around the rest of it. I guess that's what they want you to do, because this is way smaller than the hole. I figured they would make it big enough to where you could pull it in from the back with a magnet and it would match up, and then you just weld around it and then bodywork it there. I figured they would be either, you know, on top or behind, but they didn't. So anyways, that's where I'm at on the dash and stuff. Fixing to start working on the, I've got those LED panels. I don't know if they're gonna work. I had some issues trying to get the stock Crown Vic wiring because it's 3-wire. I had some problems making it work with the factory housing over there on the counter or whatever, on the workbench. I couldn't figure out how to get it to come on. I know it's a ground and 2 powers, but it wouldn't turn the bulb on without me touching the ground to the wire. So even if I tried grounding it out to the frame right here, I ground it out there and then tried to touch the wires to get the lights to come on, and it wouldn't work. And everybody's telling me it's just 2 powers and a ground. It's super simple, super easy. Why are you having problems with it? I don't know, but I'm fixing to try again. I did order a trailer harness, a 3-wire to 2-wire, that which I had another idea for that, but that may be what I have to use if I can't figure out, if I'm too dumb to figure this out. I don't know. If I can't figure it out, I'll probably have to try and use that next, because the whole idea with that was there's another guy riding around that's got a red brake light in the very top of the glass back there, and then it's tinted, so it looks pretty cool. You can't see it until it comes on. I wanted to do that here because the truck's so low. I have another brake light up top, kind of like Formula D, like I talked about in the other video. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to do this now and see if this works. Sorry I don't do like how-to videos and stuff. I'm using my cell phone. I don't have anywhere to put it. I work really slow because I just hang out here while I'm doing it. So I'm not really super productive. I just kind of tinker and try to figure out stuff, you know, and then I may give up halfway through. So, I mean, that's why I don't do how-to videos or time-lapse videos or anything like that, because it's just, I'm just not that productive sometimes. I just kind of hang out and just chill in the garage and just tinker. That's kind of what I got this thing for. But it's getting so close now. I mean, I could literally put the taillights in, get them wired up and working, put a windshield in it, and start driving it if I wanted to. So I'm a little bit more motivated now to do that, so that I can at least start enjoying it a little bit, and then throw the tailgate back on, all that crap. So I don't know. I'll let you guys know what happens, but I'm fixing to try to knock these taillights out real quick. So y'all take it easy.